Transfer portal opens on January 2nd, and in unsurprising news, Michigan State quarterback Aidan Chiles will enter the portal at that time. Chiles came to Michigan State via the portal following his head coach Jonathan Smith from Oregon State. Over a year and change as the Spartan starter, Chiles was as exciting as he was inconsistent, ultimately losing the starting job while dealing with an injury late this season. Chiles will have 1 year of eligibility remaining wherever he does go.